going to find out how the B7000 is going to work. There's the kitty, to put the 3 rings together. So let's experiment. I've got my glue, my 3 rings that I want to try to put together, my little pair of tweezers, and then I was thinking to maybe have them rest on the back of this cup that I mean, if it gets ruined, it gets ruined. So I'm thinking just setting them on the cup to let it dry. Oh, there's the kitty. So I'm thinking about, just resting them on top of the back of the cup so that when it dries, I'm not getting it, full of cotton or anything from the pad or getting it stuck to the countertop. So let's go ahead and experiment. So I figured if I use my tweezers to grab the bigger diamond. Now this is the moissanite rings that I've picked up from Temu. So I figure if I grab the larger diamond for something to hold on to, that when I put the B7000 around it, that I'll be able to cover almost all of the surface area on it without having to get it over my fingers. And I think this one is the best one to grab with the tweezers for that. So let's see if we can make this work. Okie dokie. I've got the lid off of it and I'm just gonna pull off some of this excess glue that's sitting on here. And I'm going to try to run the thinnest little bead of glue around the edge. And I know that this typically takes a little bit longer to dry. So I've got a little bit of play time with it. I'm barely even squeezing the bottle at all. I'm just because it'll come out really on its own once you take that little topper off. So I'm kind of letting it do basically its own thing as far as that glue coming out, because I don't want globs of it coming out. So I think what I'll do is I'll start with 2 rings together, and then once the rings seal, I will go into the 3rd nail and put them together so that I don't have to worry about the one on the top moving around as I'm trying to put the one on the bottom. So this is going to be kind of like maybe a all-day project, maybe even a 2-day project, but we'll just start here and see how that goes. So if it'll focus, I've got the thinnest, teeniest, tiniest little line around the ring. So let's put on, and I did bring out some vice grips so that I can put them together with the vice grips to hold it closed as well. So we'll start with this one and we'll kind of go from there. Squeezing it together, I got just a little bit of glue on my hands, which is now going onto the ring. So this may be an issue for that, trying not to get it all over the ring. But now I've got my vice grips. Now I'm going to just clamp it in a way that I can hold them together. And maybe this is kind of rubbery glue so that I can play around with getting it off, like hot glue, so that I can play around with getting that glue off around the other part of the ring. But overall, it's Temu ring, right? They're not that expensive. So let me try to pull kind of some of this off before it really dries. but I don't have my vice grips on so that it's gonna clamp it really hard. Just FYI on that. So it's just got not a very tight hug to it, but just enough to kind of hold them together. So let's see what happens with that. We'll find out how long that's going to cure. And then we will come back to put the third piece of that ring on. And then from there, what I will do is once the glue is completely cured on all 3 pieces, I will do some pulling and tugging to see how easy it is to take apart, or if it's actually going to be a solid of enough epoxy that it will stay. And then this way, if you find that you want to do Temu rings in these past, present, future, and you want to be able to put them all together so that you don't have to worry about twisting and turning your rings, so that all of the diamonds are in the same direction, this might be a good option for you. So, okay, so I have glued the third piece on the ring the same way that I glued the first one. And I have had, I have had it sitting here now for 3 days to wait for it to cure. So I'm going to really kind of pull and tug at this to see if it's going to, oh, no, it did. Maybe I need to, maybe I didn't put enough glue on it. Let's see if it, nope. Okay, so that one didn't work. Nope. All right, so, hi Koi. So epic failure on the B7000. I'm sorry it was not a solution, but we gave it the good old Girl Scout try.